Did your mother or father say to you when you were young that you remembered your whole life? 1. I had a very snooty classmate. Mummy and daddy had more money than sense. And whenever we passed a homeless person she would sniff and say dirty scroungers. Get a job. My dad on the other hand would always pass the time of day and give them some money. One day we met him on the way home from school. The girl saw dad give a man a few coins and demanded, "Why give him your money? He needs a job." Yes, dad agreed. And a home. And a nice loving family. Can you give him that? Just as Skaz is my child. That man is somebody's child. If we all remember that everyone is somebody's baby, we would all be happier. When you look at him, you think beggar. When I look at him I think there, but for the grace of God go I. When we got home, dad sat me down and said, if you remember nothing else, remember this. When someone hits rock bottom, there is only one way left, up. If you can't find a kind person, be a kind person. When someone hits rock bottom, be the hand pulling them back up, for God knows one day you'll need someone to do it for you. 2. My mother recounted the story of, when she was very pregnant with me, she went to an antenatal appointment by bus. It was very busy and every seat was already taken. Mostly by respectable businessmen in suits who sat and ignored the 8+ months pregnant woman standing up. Except the teenager in black leather with dyed pink hair and safety pins through his ear who stood up to let my mother sit down and helped her off the bus when she reached her destination. My mother taught me never to judge people by appearances and I've never forgotten that lesson. 3. I remember my grandparents' car pulling up in our driveway and I was so happy that I yelled out, "Grams and Pap are here." Then my mother said, "What are you so happy for? They are not here to see you. They are here to see your sister and your brother. They don't even like you, much less love you." So after that I kind of did not like my grandparents and was never happy to see them or their car pull up in the driveway. One day I was at my aunt and uncle's and my cousin was saying how she loved our Grams and Pap and I said, well, that is good cause they don't love me or even like me, and my uncle whipped around and said, "Where did you get that from?" His wife my aunt said, "Who do you think she got it from?" "Your sister of course." Then my uncle proceeded to tell me that my Grams and Pap did love me and that they could not understand why I would go to my room whenever they came over. My mother faced a big backlash from her father when he found out what she had told me. My mother got cut out of her father's will and he willed the money to me after I turned 18 so she could not touch it. My Grams cried so hard when she found out what my mother had told me and she never talked to my mother ever again. Unfortunately for me and my Grams she did not have much time left after I left my mother's house. She died a year later from cancer, but boy we made the best of that year she had. I will never forget that time of my life. Love and miss you, Henry and Marie Wellington. It is hard to believe that they have been gone for 40 years now. I will see them in heaven. 4. She's gone now, but when I was a kid I had a great aunt who was a lesbian. We're talking 1967-ish. Let's call her Bella. My grandparents threw a big party with all of their friends from work, etc. And Aunt Bella came with her partner. I noticed something that intrigued me, so I went and asked my mom, how come all the ladies came with men, but Aunt Bella came with another lady? I was 5 at the time. My mom said, matter-of-factly, most men like women and most women like men, but some men like other men, and some women like other women. Oh, okay, I said, and that has stayed with me to this day. It's so simple even a child can understand. 5. One from mom, and one from dad. Mom, I was young enough to be playing on the floor of the living room when my older brother came in and explained some big plan to my mother. She basically told him to go